Let's begin with our webinar series, which we are doing it month-wise and bi-weekly wise. We are delighted to welcome you to this informative session of UK Oracle Payroll Expertise. This is a webinar to provide you with the comprehensive understanding of the intricacies of the UK payroll management using Oracle latest payroll solutions. Today's session will be led by our esteemed functional specialist and SME subject matter expert, Mr. Dhananjay Kor. Mr. Kor possesses extensive experience in the field of UK payroll, having worked on numerous complex payroll implementation. So I think, and to no further delay, I'll hand over this entire session to Dhananjay. Dhananjay, you can take it out from here.
So first of all, hello everyone. Really thanks for your time for this webinar. And we, as Kishore mentioned, that we have the audience across the globe. I really appreciate and thanks for all of your crucial time. So today we are going to see, as the name you can see, the Oracle UK Oracle Payroll Expertise, and where we are going to the outcome of this, empowering your HR team in payroll. Okay, so it can be a quick go through or the overview, so you will get an idea that okay, in the UK payroll, how exactly we execute in a crucial way to avoid any discrepancy or to make it more efficient. Okay, so let me introduce myself. Myself is Dhananjay Kor. I'm a senior consultant right now associated in Avalon. My background quickly is I'm holding 8+ years of experience where I performed various roles as a techno-functional consultant. I I have been a part of implementation support rollouts. Okay, I'm a certified payroll trainer as well, so I have a good trainer history. I delivered inside the region, US, UK, and GCC, and also I got the exposure to work on Oracle pieces for platform as well. So about me, the only thing I can say here, I'm a married recently, and the hobbies are like I'm cooking, playing cricket, paper presentation. My employment history is I belongs to Evosys and then Oracle India in the Smart ERP. So let me go to the next slide, which is the agenda. So inside the agenda, we are going to have a quick look of the introduction of the UK payroll. Then the second thing is the personal level calculation card, the basic prerequisite to run the UK payroll successfully. Fourth one is the UK payroll runbook. So UK payroll runbook, I would like to take a couple of seconds here to introduce. This is the main agenda of our today's session, because the workbook is nothing but our customly designed guide. Okay, so inside which we come up with all the necessary information, parameters, and the look and feel is nothing less than a proper guide. Okay, so though we have the UK payroll implementation white papers, but these are the all consolidated processes at the one place. NCR reporting feature, which is a recent feature into the Oracle last year for the teacher pension scheme. So, and then the last is the summary and conclusion, and then we're gonna have a question and answer. Okay. So let me go with the introduction first. Okay. So as the name suggests, it's a UK payroll. So payroll is a common aspect across the globe. Okay. Every country, every region, we have a payroll, but in what scenario UK stands differently than this? Okay. So this is what our focus is. So we are not going to have here the regular payroll flow and the processes. So introduction, inside the introduction, as I mentioned that, okay, it is nothing but the payroll solution. Next is like UK stands uniquely in the Oracle payroll queue, as it has the provision to integrate, migrate RTI reports directly to the HMRC. So what is HMRC? HMRC is nothing but the tax compliances. You can say that that is the organization who governs taxes to the employer employee. Okay, and in the UK payroll we have the seeded integration. So it just like unlike the other countries, here you just have to run couple of processes which directly get heated, which directly get transfer the data, the files to the HMRC server, and HMRC server can communicate to the Oracle. So that is the beauty of the UK payroll, and that is the reason the Oracle is widely popular inside the UK. So as per my past experience, all the government councils are holding the the Oracle payroll inside the region. Okay. Now, as we let's move for the further slides. This is a again HM revenue custom system is to collect the income tax and national insurance from the employment. Let's move ahead. So this is the we're gonna start the today's session with the key feature why the payroll is popular. Oracle payroll is popular into the UK because of the HMRC. Okay, so as you can see here, the screen will give you the idea. Okay, so this is the dummy details you can see right now, but these details we have to add. Okay, the HMRC gives every employer a couple of details. That details we have to add. Let's suppose sender ID, authentication value, and once it is fixed, the integration process directly pull up the data and it communicate with the HMRC. Okay, so in the second slide, in the second black arrow, you can see that okay, this is the nominal information I have added, that this would be the same values as were set up configuration at the TRU level. So this we generally go with the tax reporting unit level, or into the more granular form, we go with the legal entity tax report, legal entity calculation card level. Okay, let's move ahead. So as the basic assumption is that okay, everybody is familiar with the payroll processes. So inside the UK, firstly we have developed the HMRC connection. Now second scenario, why the payrolls are different inside the UK, UAE, and the US. The reason is here, the calculation card. So calculation cards, UK is holding the calculation card called as NIN payee. Okay, it's nothing but the statutory deduction as income tax and national insurance from the employment. Okay, and the payee is nothing but the pay as you earn. So this is the statutory deduction which has to be deducted from all the full-time employees and all the whoever is getting paid from that organization as an full as a who's holding the employee assignment. So NIN pay is must. Then secondly, we have a pension automatic enrollment. So pension is one of the crucial factor inside the UK because there are a lot of statutory, there are various pension schemes are there. Okay, so occupational pension is there, and inside the pension is nothing but like it's a pre-tax deduction inside which employee contribute fee of the amount from his side, and employer contribute for a couple of like employee and employee contribution is there, and inside which employee has to be enrolled at least the statutory pension scheme. Okay, and also there are occupational schemes as well. So inside the so that calculation card is nothing but the name suggests automatic enrollment. So automatic enrollment is nothing but that whoever is getting hired, after running one process, that pension automatic calculation card get attached to the employee, and it remains for 3 months. Okay, so in that 3 months, employee has to decide whether I wanted to opt in or opt out. But that is the automatic calculation card. Why I'm explaining this pension automatic enrollment? Because the next card is totally depend on this. So second, the pension automatic enrollment is nothing but that employer offers. Now, if employee opt-in, okay, so during that opt-in, automatically, generally employee gets opt-in after 3 months. So if employee gets opt-in automatically or by himself opt-in process, then benefit and pension is nothing but the element entries is going to happen attached based on this calculation card, which is a benefit and pension. So calculation card 2 and 3 are correlated. Okay, then we have a court orders and student loans. So these are the mandatory one. There are various one as well, like time cards and absences, but I'm not going into that. So court orders and student loan, which is a involuntary deductions, which is the name itself enough to define what kind of calculation card it is. Then we have a taxable benefit. So P11D is the form which must submitted to the HMRC. So taxable benefits. Most of the time when we come to the UK, we got to know okay there is a benefit implementation. So as per my past experience, whenever it comes to the benefits, so we generally link it with the benefit module. But no, inside the UK we have a taxable. So every employer offers a couple of taxable benefits to the employee called as a car and fuel allowance, then medical allowance. So all these benefits has to be reported into the two-way. One is a payroll processing, okay, and one is a taxable benefit reporting to the HMRC. So whoever is getting these benefits, that has to be reported to the HMRC. And secondly, if that benefit, whatever is a tax on that benefits, that has to be paid on a monthly basis. The amount is a yearly, but it gets distributed into the monthly, and that deduction has to be happen from the payroll. So these are the crucial card. Apart from that, regular cards are there like absence, time card, which is similar across the region. So I'm not going much into that. So let's move to the next slide, which is a nothing but I'm trying to demonstrate here that the crucial calculation card, which is the statutory reduction, pay and NI. So navigation is again from the tax reporting calculation card unit, TRU level. I have attached the statutory deduction. So this is the employee level. First thing is like, the prerequisite is all this calculation card has to be defined on a TRU legal entity level so that, we can utilize it at the employee level. Okay. So there are basic minimum information we have to feed over there. So let's suppose if it is a pension automatic enrollment, we have to put there, okay, after how many, the staging date is what, after how many months that pension should be automatically enrolled, and all this information, NI reference number and all, so that we specify at the setup level. Now this is at the employee level. So navigation is a navigator, my client group, payroll, calculation card, and there we are providing the necessary details like a tax code, tax basis, NI category, as you can see here. In the same way, for this one of the employee, we are going to attach the pension automatic enrollment card as well. Now let's move to the next slide. So basic prerequisite. So this is very, very important. The reason is most of the time the UK, when you try to run the payroll, so as like, in other hello.
Dhananjay, I'm sorry to cut you in between. There is a question from one of the members asking, are we focusing on UK RTI related process anywhere in today's session? Yes, or it is something different?
Yes, we're gonna have that. So the payroll run book is designed for that. So that is our mastercard of today's session.
Okay,
Definitely
great.
gonna come up to that. Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
I'm happy to have this question.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so the basic prerequisite here is a calculation card. Okay, so this is nothing but that if this data is not there, definitely your first payroll itself going into the error. So we have to take care of that, what basic prerequisite is there or not. Then only we should go with that process, whether it is one employee or 1,000 employee. So the calculation card is much needed. So as I mentioned, NI and PAYE should be there, PA should be there. Okay, the PA is nothing but we don't attach it manually. There is a process we're gonna see. Based on that, it get automatically attached. Next is a basic salary. Just a moment. Next is a basic salary, maintain at the person salary basis, nothing but the salary basis. Then we have gender, we have the name. Okay, so name is important, employee name. Date of birth is important. So why this gender, date of birth is important? Because NI code is based on, like, most of the time on your age, so it gets automatically updated for 18, for 21. So there are the codes, and based on that you get deducted tax. So this smaller part is tightly integrated with your taxation. Next is the address line. Then we have a payroll, of course, payroll relationship. Without that, your employee won't get paid. Then we have a PPM, personal payment method. Inside the UK, it is known as a BACS. Okay, so whoever is getting paid inside the BACS system, so yeah, they have to. It is must payment method. Next is the element entries, which is common. So inside the element entries, I'm not talking about that, okay, OTL element entries, absence element entries, that I'm assuming that, okay, it's common everywhere. So if you get attached absence calculation card, definitely you will be having the entries. If you get attached with the OTL, you submit the time card, then you will be having the element entries, which is must to process the payroll. So let me go to the next step. Okay, so after directly that, this is the payroll run book. So I totally agree. In this slide, you will be able to see very in a smaller form, but this is just to show you that, okay, this is our look and feel of the payroll master guide. You can see here, there is a Microsoft Excel as well, which is attached. Definitely all the processes we cannot bring in a slide. So that is the reason I would like to take you to our payroll run book master, so which we have designed. So as you can see, this book is a bit long. It's not something, okay, stepwise implementation is there. So if you go with the column wise, so you can see here activity phase, actual crowd process, whether it is report or a flow name, then mandatory parameters. Okay, so one thing I would like to share here, guys. Firstly, this payroll book is very big. Okay. I will explain you the payroll book, and then we will be taking the couple of RTI processes and couple of the UK specific processes. So first column we have prepared it as an activity phase. So activity phase is nothing but Here we are gonna have the like whether it is a calculation process or whether it is a preparation process or whether it is a basic process. Second is the actual process, what it does, whether it is a flow or a report. Then we have the parameter. So I was talking about the parameter. Parameter is very crucial thing. Most of the payroll is not getting failed because you haven't configured it properly, but the reason is the parameter. So if any dates is plus minus, any mandatory parameter you are missing it out, or you are getting mismatched. So just because of this parameter are very important. So that is the reason you can see here we have worked in very detail. So let's suppose there is a NI category update, submission type is there. So we have specified the options as well, which whether it is test and live and whether it is mandatory or not. Okay. Then we have a prerequisite activity phase task. So whether it is required as a prerequisite, yes or no, that we have specified. Then we have a payroll flow processes report or other. So whether this process is going to produce any report or not, that we have specified. Then again, included in global simplified payroll cycle. Okay, so if we are creating a custom flow, there also we can include this. Here, this is nothing but payroll archival process. Yes, we can go with the retry process. No rollback, we should go. No, we cannot do the rollbacks. There are a couple of processes where rollback is not there. And at last, this is our own understanding. So inside the notes we have specified this process to update employee to the correct NI category. So this smaller information will help you a lot, that what this process stands for and what is the importance of this process. Because whenever payroll comes in your anybody's mind, even when I started my journey into the HCM cloud, so it started, okay, go with the load time card batches, then go with the calculate payroll, calculate prepayment, and with all these factors we simplified the payroll in our mind. Okay, yeah, it just the payroll is nothing but the 5 or 6 processes task. But no, when you go specifically in a UK or US, I guess most of the people are experienced, most of the guests are experienced, and me as well here. So they know they might know, or they all of you know that, okay, what is a necessity and importance of each of the processes. Okay, so as this process is taking, okay, before running a payroll, the employee's right age should be updated. So I might get turned out from a 18. So we were here inside this payroll run book. So I was just trying to tell you the importance of this process. Okay, so it is in two details. So what this process stands for. Let's suppose I'm trying turning from age 18 to 19. So let's suppose 20 to 21. So there are the certain age codes which are going to definitely update. So this payroll book are covered in detail, and just to cross verify or to justify our analysis, we also specified the Oracle documentation white papers as well in the column N. Okay, so this is the complete guide. And if you just scroll down, so you can see here the numbers are till, for a complete flow, the numbers are till 48. Okay, so one or two rows are here and there. So I can say that, okay, total 40 processes we have pulled out for a UK payroll, and all the processes are with the proper description and the white paper. So it is definitely a useful guide, payroll run book, for the production support, or for like the new live or the new customer or the existing customer, or enhancement. Might be, is there any fit gaps there? Definitely with this guide we can come up with the proper solution, because our team is dedicatedly work for it. Now, the question I would like to take the agenda of today's call: why UK is separate? So I will just take a couple of processes here because we have a time restrictions. So we start generally with the NI category update archive processes. Okay, the reason, as I mentioned, it is nothing but the NI update codes. Like, let's suppose sender is the Oracle. Okay, so we loaded a couple of codes into the Oracle, and from the HMRC process, we have we have synced this code to the HMRC server. Now, whenever we are running the payroll, so that updated code from the HMRC, we have to again inbound into the Oracle. So just try to understand that Oracle and HMRC is giving and taking the data for the correct payroll. So this is the, as we mentioned here, it's a preparation. Archive phase is the preparation. So before payroll run, it has to be there. Okay. Secondly is the HMRC data retrieval process. Again, it is like, communicating with the Oracle, and what it is communicating, it's very one process is a big chapter to explain and understand, but we try to showcase here that, okay, makes connection to the HMRC, data provisioning to the service, and file type parameters. So there are the Nino verification, P6, P9, P6, P6D, P9, student loan start notice. Okay, so might be a couple of students have taken the loan and HMRC is instructing to the employer, okay, this student loan has to be deducted from your current organization. So that communication, the channel is tightly created inside the UK. Okay, and this is what it is giving and taking. And from where we got that, this documentation is here. Now, again, we are going here, load HMRC XML file. So now it is, once we update, import the code, we are loading it again. And where we are loading it, the same code we are loading it to the HMRC. So now what is happening here, that we are always in a sync. Generally, we go with any custom integration. So we do that. Okay, let's take an example of in a US customer, we generally go with the extract. So change only data. So this is nothing but that, change only with the serial format and the beautiful functionality which is developed inside the UK. And because of that, the Oracle Payroll is much popular inside the UK. Now, let me go down, which is a P45. I guess most of the user here might know or not know, but P45 is not a regular process across the globe. It is only for UK. So P45, whoever is the leaver, let's suppose anybody gets terminated or leaving the organization, their data has to be submitted to the HMRC. This is the P45 processes. Okay, and here you can see that in detail we have specified that what should be the effective date. So might be you will put the effective date wrongly and you will not get a data, and entire your cycle will goes in a wrong direction. Even if it is a one or two employees are mismatched, that is a big mess. So we don't want it to do that. That is the reason in this payroll runbook we have highlighted this effective date, last date of the previous period. Okay. Now, then pension automatic enrollment. So as I mentioned that this is a must do process before the payroll run. This process, what it does, whoever is the eligible employee for a pension, so those will be automatically getting attached. The offer is sent to all the employees, and that calculation card will remain for 3 months to the employee record. And based on that, if nobody is opting out or nobody is opting in, automatically they get enrolled after the 3 months. So that is a prerequisite of that benefit. So this is the first step of the pension. Nino verification request, again, it is same where we are updating the code with the detailed information. Of course, I cannot go in detail, but as you can see the content, so you will be able to understand that, okay, we have gone with a detailed study on this. HMRC file submission process. Again, it is we are submitting the Nino and then HMRC file submission process. Now, here the process number 9, which is actually a process number 1 in other region. So in UK, it is a process number 9. The load time card batches. Whoever have submitted the entries of the OTL, so load time card batches, that entry will go and hit to the payroll, and from there generally we start. So here you can see that before load time card batches, we have to come up with the rest of the HMRC processes. Then batch loader is what is nothing but like if you have any custom OTL, from there you can go with a batch loader or import and load data. So this is too detailed. So this guide is not designed based out of only customer who hold the OTL in it. We are taking care of all the customer that might be the accounts who is holding the biometric or custom manual data. So all these processes we have written down here. So along with that, what does this is do? So payroll batch loader is nothing but the bonus element. Any inbound integration is there, that has to be there. Then we have a calculate accrual and balances. I'm not taking much time here because it's pretty straightforward. We have the payroll validation archive report for the UK. This is very, very beneficial and the important report for UK. So once you run this report, before going to the actual payroll, you will come up with the error. Okay, these are the employees missing with this data, and definitely those are going to fail in our payroll. So this basic prerequisite definitely will help you out to figure out or fix the employee before the payroll. Okay, it's nothing but the simple report, what parameters has to be there, that we have already set here. So generally we run it for all employee and we check that. And what this report is doing, we have mentioned in a column M. Now let me go to the process number 15 is hided. The reason was I don't wanted to include that here. We are working on it. The things we are not sure, we have simply hided it. But yeah, the next is a recalculate payroll retroactive changes. calculate payroll, run gross to net report. This is a seeded report available across the region, so I'm not focusing. Apologies for that in detail for this. Deduction register report is there. Payroll activity report is there. Okay. Balance exception report is there. Then we have a run payroll balance report, run deduction report, element result register, I guess, run payroll costing report. Then we are going to the calculate prepayment. So ideally, whenever we think that, okay, payroll is a part of a 5 processes, but if you go with the standard approach, we will be like 200% sure, not 200%, we will be 99% sure, okay, we are going in a correct flow. Though we have a less time, but um, to avoid the rework, if we invest a good time, that is the best approach. That is what we have focused. In row number 29, you can see the full payment submission. So as we got the question, Kishore, this is the RTI reports. Basically, the upper side also the RTI reports. So RTI is nothing but the integration or the HMRC kind of reports. So full payment submission for the tax year ending. This report, let's suppose in the organization we have a 1500 employee, one report will get generated. This is the first integration uh, uh, after the payroll run we generally do with the HMRC. So what it does, Oracle sends all the 1500 employee data, whoever are eligible, and there we can check all the validation of this. Let's suppose if anybody, all the employees have the appropriate address line one, NI codes are updated, or is there any negative values there or not, balances, YTD balances, all these balances, all the it's kind of a payroll register report, but into the HMRC format, and that we verify, and then we submit it. The best part, so the one thing I would like to tell you here, so might be the question will come for most of the attendees, that HMRC connection, how we can test in a non-prod environment. Is there any provision? No. HMRC for us, we have a multiple payroll vendor system, but for HMRC, they really not concerned that, okay, if you are changing your payroll system, you are moving from SAP to Oracle, or you are moving from Oracle to SAP, they're really not concerned about it. So there is no non-prod environment for HMRC. So the crucial part is whenever we are establishing the connection before the go live in a non-prod environment, in the non-prod environment, generally we run it into the test mode. So we don't have any validation testing we can do. Actual validation testing we can do in a HMRC in a non-prod. If you do that, definitely the authentication email, or like the notice email, the payroll provider from the client side will receive. Okay, this is what we have got. So how do we test this? The first test has to be approved with the payroll admin's help, whoever's email ID is registered with the HMRC. So the first process to sync it, it takes time. Not take time for a process, but it takes time for a verification, and the proper information is getting sent. Once it is done, yeah, it's a you can say um the smooth, efficient process you are building inside. So that is the reason in the red we have highlighted test and live. So in the production, we always go with the live. Okay. Then we have the run third party payment, roll up, archive periodic results. We have the payroll register report, make EFT. So make EFT is the backs. Okay. So inside the UAE, generally we call it as a WPS. So it is nothing but the backs process. The process remains same, but here in the payroll configuration group backs, we have slight name change here. Okay. So you can definitely get the detailed information if you go to the tab M. So what does this mean, backs? Okay. So it is known as a backs processing dates, and what do we enter, that we have specified here. Now, check payments is again common, generate payslip is there, run payment register report, calculative retroactive changes, costing of balance adjustment, costing of payment. So I'm just reading out the name, but at the right side, you will find what to put there. Okay. Okay, so you can go here. Yeah, employer payment summary for tax year ending. Okay, this is the EPS, another process of the HMRC connection. So EPS, as the name says, employer payment summary. So that means for employer, only one row will get printed to the HMRC. So in the FPS, we were sending all the 1500 data, that is the employee data. When it gets sent to the HMRC, so now here the data is getting sent only in a one row. So what is that? That is a clearly a communication between the government of the UK, the organization of the UK, HMRC, and the client, the customer. So customer might be, expecting some dues of the maternity, sick leave, some payback, or what other NI they have contributed. It's a summarized report, so it will not be very big, but yeah, that is a clearly communication, the consolidated report, which the customer is sending to the HMRC. So customer is nothing but the Oracle. So Oracle is the clients is using the Oracle, and that Oracle communicate with the HMRC. So again, HMRC file submission process, just to be in a sync. Okay. So here, the same, definition, what to do. So you might feel like a couple of processes are repeated, but you will feel the difference inside the column M, what it is doing. Okay. Now let's go to the process number 48. Okay. So this is a quick review, overview of the run year-to-date reconciliation report. So this is a P60. Generally, here we address the P60. So P60 is nothing but it's a year-end report. This okay. So employee, how much tax he have earned and how much he need to pay. So P60 is nothing but in India as a Form 16. Yeah, this is the P60. We generally generate at the year end. Okay, so this guide, I'm not sure. Whether Kishore, you can confirm that I was too fast, but this covering this 47 point and to explain this run, the book master, the payroll book, is definitely required the fine time. But I try to cover the maximum things. I hope if any question is there, definitely I would like to answer. But before that, I would like to go to the next slide. So after that, we will be keeping the dedicated question answer session. Okay. So let me go to the slide from where we jump to the Excel. I apologize that I couldn't cover into the Excel, the PPT format, but that is too long and I just don't want it to take a couple of points. So the 48 numbers will make you ensure that, okay, we have the detailed payroll book glide. Okay. Payroll run book, sorry. Okay, so it is designed by considering the payroll specific module are live in prod. As I mentioned, the OTL is there, then absence is there. So even you have a biometric that is also there. So what process needs to go? So this is what we have covered. Now the last thing we are going to focus here, that is the MCR reporting. So what is MCR reporting basically? So it is nothing but the teacher pension scheme. As I mentioned that in the UK, there are various pension schemes are available. So in this pension scheme, wherever the teachers, the occupation teacher is there, so mostly it is useful into the UK councils, the government sector, where the teacher has to go with this pension scheme. Okay, and where employer has to get engaged with this. So next is the teacher pension data is reported using the MCR. So MCR is nothing but the monthly contribution reconciliation process. So purpose is of this process is HMRC requires that service for April be split with one line covering 1 April to 5th of April and next covering 6th April to 30th of April. So partly it has to be reported to the HMRC. So again, that question might come to everyone, whether it is applicable to all the customer, all the clients in the UK. No, wherever teacher, as the name suggests, that has to be there. So what was the traditional approach? Why we have taken this point in this today's session? So the traditional approach was, let's suppose, before 22B, because I lastly worked on a UK payroll, I guess during that period. Yeah. So 22B was a custom report flow. So inside which, okay, whatever is the update required format to the HMRC, we used to design the custom report. But what happened recently after that, not recently, after the 22B, the monthly contribution report generation feature in Oracle Cloud replaced the previous version, okay, to provide the accuracy by configuring the pension scheme element according to the Oracle standard. So Oracle released one document and they have come up with what has to be done to get a proper outcome from the proper report or the audit report from the system. So Oracle come up with certain guidelines and that you have to implement, because that is the only report, the standard which we were maintaining the accuracy of the payroll. So Implementation flow was somehow like that. Okay, some setup we have to do. I'm going again very high level because this is again another can be the crucial or the huge topic. But yeah, so we do the PSU level setup. So let's suppose personal and assignment data change, pension joining method and assignment category mapping. We go with the TPS setup. TPS is nothing but the teacher pension scheme. So employee employer rates, elements, there are the standards we follow. Third thing, we go with the MCR report generation. So as I mentioned, that is the seeded flow which Oracle introduced, and that we have to go with, okay, with the validating of the diagnostic test, there are the certain steps. But yeah, this is a step number 3. And the last is the once the MCR report is generated, then absence impact analysis also we have to do. So here, like, reduce pensionable pay rate setup, then a couple of absence related scenarios also we have to check if the teacher pension scheme is impacting on absences. Okay, now this is the screen. I just took one screenshot. Okay, here. So this is the screen. So now here, as I mentioned previously, so these all processes are green. You are done with the MCR reporting, which is altogether a tough task. It was a tough task during that time, and now as well for us, yeah, we have the expertise, so definitely we can cater this requirement. But yeah, once it is go green, you have the accuracy, and you are with the Oracle standard. So the next slide is the summary and conclusion. Then definitely we're gonna have a couple of questions and answer. Kushore, sorry, I'm not having the look on the updated question if somebody have posted. So after this section, definitely we will communicate. So summary and the conclusion of this today's session is like Oracle UK payroll runbook. Okay, is designed to ensure compliances and mastering payroll calculation for the UK employees. So as we mentioned that all the scenarios are covered inside this Excel, and we can say that it's not easily available. It might be somebody have designed it according to that, but our team and myself has invested enough time with the test cases for this uh, payroll run book. So it can be the good asset for the training institute, good asset for the live customer, ongoing customer, or anybody is planning to enhance or re-implementation. So all kind of customer, yeah, this can be the best fit. Second is yeah, of course, if that payroll book is with the HR, so they can be well sure. Again, this is one of the appreciation we are doing for our UK payroll run book. So which is okay. So HR can get the in detail expertise. Then we have the last feature, that is the implementation of MCR through Oracle. Definitely gonna heighten overall efficiency and the productivity. Okay, so this 3 points I can say as a summary and conclusion. Definitely, I might cover lot many things in a shorter time, or I was in bit rush, but apologies for that. We were less with the time, and really appreciate your patience, everyone, that you allow me to keep with you engaged during this, technical disturbance. So really, thanks, Kishore. We can have the question and answer now, if you have any.
Thank you for the insightful, webinar, Dhananjay. Yes, we have quite a few questions, but most of them you have answered. But there are one or two which is yet to be connected. See more. Is there any notification we receive from uh, HMRC in first payroll go?
Yeah. As I mentioned, that this one also I answered, but yeah. Once the first payroll file gets heated to the HMRC with the actual sender and the authentication value, so HMRC detect it as a foreign message or foreign file, which they are not aware that okay, it is sent from your organization. So directly the alert message goes to the payroll admin team or the client side, whoever is holding that HMRC account. So they get the alert notification, and from that email notification, so that email they have to confirm with the Oracle, okay, this is our payroll vendor is changed, and going forward this will be the our vendor. So yeah, the first notification is there, then only HMRC allows it until the payroll admin confirm.
Thank you for that quick answer. And we have one more question. So what is the PAE benefit and pension difference?
Okay. So yeah, because I was communicating the pension in both the areas. So PA is nothing but in a simple language, I would like to answer here. So we offer a free of we are offering some free services, and whether it's up to employee whether you have to take it or not. So it's free for 3 months. After that, of course, definitely you will be enrolled. So you have to just tell somebody, okay, yeah, I don't want it. So PA is nothing but eligible employee will automatically get enrolled into the pension scheme, the statutory pension scheme or other pension schemes as well. They will get automatically enrolled. So employees holding a 3 months of time period. So when they get during this 3 month, only one calculation card will be there in employees calculation card. After 3 months, if employee don't take any action, they will get automatically enrolled. So automatically, once they get automatically enrolled, they are liable to the deduction. Okay, in that deduction card, the deduction card is nothing but the benefit and pension. So first is the PA, second is the benefit and pension. In between that, if you tell to your HR, okay, I don't want you to go for the scheme, HR will simply stop your pension automatic enrollment card there itself. So you will not get the child card of that, which is a benefit and pension.
So we are done from our end. Uh, Good. So I think that's it from Q&A session, because most of them you have answered and we have just gone more than the given time. So let me thank you, Dhananjay, first for your wonderful insight on this topic, for sharing industry's best practices based on your experience. It was really an insightful webinar, and everyone appreciate and thank you for your attention and participation for this webinar. And we are offering a free health check to all the participants. To avail for the free assessment, please write to us at the sales@ avalonsoftwareservices.com to schedule a meeting. If you have any doubts or queries, or you want to talk about business or any other related, please write to sales again, or you can reach to us. And if you want to know more about Avalon Software Services, what we offer and how do we do, then please visit our website. And we will be running the webinar series. So keep us tuned and know, follow us on our LinkedIn page and subscribe on your YouTube channel. Anyone who has missed this session in between and they still feel that they need to go back and read and understand this webinar will be available on the YouTube on our channel. So please subscribe so you will understand that if in the past how many webinars we did, you can see all the webinars there as a recorded. So from my end, we are done. And everyone, thank you very much for your time. Good day.